Your lines are rotten. Words I've heard far too often, but please forgive me. You see, my source is the Peace Corps. I know that poems hold far more appeal, but I've never had to write a romantic poem, You see, I can only express that which I have. Bear with me. My life has been romantic. If ever I could have written a love poem, it would be filled with heartbreaks and betrayals. I'm sorry. It is all that I have. So if you find that my lines are offensive to your delicate ears, do not take offense. I simply wish that you'd be grateful for your easy tale and lend an ear to maybe understand the unease of others. If you find that my expressions are too graphic for your taste, that's fine too. All I ask is that you think on its meanings and its implications to my life. Maybe you would never find my lines to your taste, but hopefully you would understand them. And if that is all that I can achieve, then I am excited. Okay, so that is my disclaimer, and this is my poem. It's titled, You Are the Problem. It's easier to point fingers and say, they are the problem. The white man came to our lands, took what was never theirs. It's easy to forget that we played a part. Easy to forget our kings and chiefs sold us out. It's easier to point fingers and say, they are the problem. The government went in, kept our riches for themselves. Then we forget that the government is a reflection of you. Just an ordinary man with the same desires as you. Doing exactly what you would do in his shoes, so you don't call him stupid for not taking the opportunity to get rich quick. It's easy to point fingers and say, they are the problem. But each time you have to do your job, I must grease your palms with some meals and give my body to you for a job I deserve. It's easier to point fingers and say, they are the problem, but you cheat just to get a little more cash, and you lie just to get ahead, but you are perfect, because yours is not a global scale. You drop your trash in the streets, drive off the speed limits, ride on the wrong lane because of a little traffic, ignore the seatbelt because it's blazing around, but it's easier to point fingers and say, they are the problem. Strutting around in your pretentious clothes, acting like you're the smartest on the block, always trying to swindle the next unsuspecting victim while you pretend you're a righteous Christians, heaven-bound, Muslims gunning for paradise, but your heart is evil and full of deceit, and you lost your salvation, your end is full of unrest. You hold on tight to your faith while you enlarge your coast and the poor perish beside you. As long as you have your job and your family is okay, to hell with the rest of the world. But it's easy to sit back and say, they are the problem. The government didn't pay our salaries, but you request payment from a student to pass exams, or the pleasure of a class to enhance her grades. You call it righteousness. When you sit at your computer, fraudulent activities are the way out. It's the solution now because the government didn't provide jobs. You say the problem is the government, you voted them in, or maybe you didn't vote at all, so you never took a stand. They extend you a bag of money, and now all is well with the country. The noise of your wealth doesn't let you hear the groaning of the masses, so they must be mighty comfortable. Why not up your taxes? It's easy to sit back and say, they are the problem, but when you get a contract to fix the roads, you figure you just got wealthy. Why do a good job when you can always redo the job? Your kids are around, your wife too, and you vacation often, so what do you care? It's easy to sit back and say, they are the problem, but rather than safeguard lives, you take them away. Rather than fight the evil, you become a part of it. What do you care as long as you got a little paper? It's easy to sit back and say, they are the problem, you foul creature, breathing on the innocent, taking for yourself that which was never given. They are the problem, the white man, the government, the police, the politicians, the lecturers, the bosses, the list goes on, and you are right. They are the problem, but so are you, child.